Welcome to Tech Savvy. My name is Leigh Newman, and I'm the Executive Director of Campus Operations on the LaGrange campus at West Georgia Technical College. We have so much good stuff going on, and we are so excited about our guests today because we have students in our industrial, electrical, mechanical, precision manufacturing program. And we're going to start with Anthony Baldwin. Thank you so much for joining me today, Anthony.
I'm glad to be here.
I've had a good time just getting to know you before we started taping. So basically, I want to start with what we were just talking about. Why are you here in LaGrange, Georgia, taking precision manufacturing?
I've always had an interest in mechanical engineering or manufacturing and whatnot, and I noticed that the area in which I was living didn't offer degree programs that were steered
That would be
or
Atlanta.
geared. Atlanta. It didn't offer the programs that were geared towards what I wanted to get into, on that level. So.
Well, you did some research, and that's how you landed here with us.
Yes. I did.
Because go on and tell me, you recognize you're originally from Virginia, or you're part of a military family, and you're from Virginia. But you really were more interested in getting into more manufacturing.
Yeah, so it eventually had gotten out of the military. I've done a lot of trade skill, and I ended up coming closer and back home to where my family was after all that. And when I got to Atlanta, I had noticed that there weren't too many programs that were geared towards the manufacturing industry in Atlanta. Atlanta's become less of a manufacturing town in that regards. But areas like LaGrange and a lot of the areas on the outskirts, closer to some of the manufacturing plants and places, they offer these programs, which precision manufacturing and maintenance is in particular. So that's what brought me out to LaGrange. They offer a great degree program to get me started in that direction, to learn PLC work, to learn more about robotics, to learn the basic building blocks to be able to build a future career with some of the manufacturing
That's your goal,
areas.
is a career in manufacturing.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you for your service as a veteran.
You're welcome.
And we're real proud to have you as part of West Georgia Tech, with your being a veteran and your background. Y'all make outstanding students because you already have the structure. You know the importance of being in class, being at work, learning, paying attention, being a team player. So the soft skills, those are easy for you. But the technical skills are what you're here to learn about. How do you like our new industrial lab?
I think it's
Equipment.
wonderful. Yeah, I think it's absolutely wonderful. They've got a lot of equipment in there that's capable of again teaching us the basic functions and what we need to know to be able to get a job or better ourselves.
Right. Have you spent much time in a manufacturing facility?
I have not spent too much time in a manufacturing facility. My past has been mainly trade skill, like carpentry, automotive stuff, plumbing, stuff like that. So it's going to be a newer world for me, but I feel that I have the mechanical aptitude, and a lot of people that have this come from the same background as I that would have that in mechanical
It's going to come natural to you. You're going to really be surprised how it's going to come so naturally to you.
Yes.
We're excited about the new lab because it's like the showcase of the Southeast when it comes to training. It's the latest and the greatest, and it represents what manufacturing is today on the production floor. So you're going to get experience in this program that, like, they can set that equipment up to do what exactly it does on the production floor. So you will learn how to fix things that, just the standard things. How do you like that type of training? I mean, it's all hands-on technical education in Georgia.
Yes, is absolutely wonderful. It's always been me personally, the best way for me to learn is to get in there and just get my hands on it and fix it or work with it, and just up close and personal. So.
Well, that's so exciting. And we've got a lot of manufacturing jobs here in our area. Would you be interested in, after you finish your training, would you stick around here?
I'm not going to lie, I've absolutely thought about it. You know, I've noticed that there's some good manufacturing companies in the area that I've been looking at and am well interested in. So.
Well, excellent. That's always good news to have somebody with your skills and your background to want to stay in our area. And I don't think we're stopped. I think we continue to bring in more industries that are requiring these skills that you're learning in your program. Tell me, you've been there, this is your first semester, so tell me, just give me a snippet of what you've learned so far.
I haven't been there long. This is the first semester coming in, like you said. I have been able to sit down and do some book work. I've been able to learn how to demonstrate to actually several groups that have already come in. We've had some tours from 8th graders, and other groups that have come in to see what we do. I've helped demonstrate on how some of the machines work, and actually constructed some of the motors with the gears and for demonstration purposes. So
one thing you're going to get a lot of exposure to are the local industries, because we have tours all the time of individuals or companies that want to see what we're teaching. And actually, with new industries that have recently announced to come here, we had several tours with their big people, their officials come in and see it and recognize that, okay, this looks like a good pipeline for our workforce, because skilled workforce is the #1 issue in in industries today. So we also, I don't know if you've heard about the Think Academy, and we have our mechatronics. They have mechatronics in there. I think you walk by there all the time.
It's very nice equipment I see in there, and every time I walk by, I just
wouldn't you have liked to have had that opportunity?
Absolutely. That's something that I wish would have been given to me, when I was in that grade. That is amazing. And
of course, if you had the opportunity, you would certainly recommend it to any high school student.
Absolutely.
Well, I think it's that in itself, having that right across the hall from what you're taking, is so attractive to industries, because we have a pipeline of high school students, and then hopefully we'll go into what you're learning about. Okay, well, tell me something about your veterans benefits. We would love to have, all the veterans come and get reskilled, retooled at West Georgia Tech.
It was great. I had people at the college that were really helpful in getting me started with my benefits, the application for college, and step by step, putting me through and making sure that my benefits would take care of me. Again, I get my post 9/11 GI Bill. It allows me a living stipend monthly. They give me a living stipend, as well as paying for my tuition and a book stipend to pay for my book. So they really do set you up with that.
Well, they want to make sure you're successful after your service, and they're there to help you, and we're here to help you. And it's good news that you were treated so well and had no problem getting through the process.
I'm so grateful. I really am.
Good. All right, so you're in the precision manufacturing program.
Yes.
And you want a degree.
Yes, they have a 2-year degree. I believe it's still fairly new.
It's brand new.
Yeah.
This is the first semester that it started, but it's developed by industry.
Yep.
We've worked hand in hand with a lot of the different industries to find out exactly what they need their employees to be able to do. So when you started, what are your classes this first semester?
Right now I'm doing industrial mechanics, which has a lot to do with again with gears and clutch motors, controls, and just how to do maintenance on a lot of those things. Do shaft alignment, make sure that all your equipment's running correctly. That one, and maintenance reliability too, which feeds into industrial mechanics. It gives you a lot of the basics, and like I said, coming from a background with a lot of mechanical aptitude in it, there's a lot of things that I'm seeing in there that I recognize.
That you recognize.
It's making it a really smooth experience for me.
Right. Are you gonna? You'll have to take core classes besides the technical classes, like you'll take English and history and things like that. But you're not doing that this first semester.
Actually, I'll be taking an English class come mid-semester coming up in October. So
you take a short half-term English class.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, that's good. So you'll also you'll be spending a lot of time on PLCs, like we were talking, the new lab that's got our own PLC room.
That's very neat.
Very, very neat. But you're going to learn to program too, eventually, and that's where the serious skills are lacking out there, and we're just excited to be able to provide that training for you and for our workforce to meet the needs of the industry. When we're about out of time, but is there something would you like to tell about your experience at West Georgia Tech, or how you got here that might make a difference to somebody on the borderline whether to go to West Georgia Tech or?
I mean, just from the experience of working with the staff and the members and the people that have brought me to this point today, to be in these classes and for this opportunity, everyone's been so helpful. It's been a pleasant experience.
You like your instructors? You have Mr. Biagi?
Oh, my instructors are great. Probably the best instructors.
And Mr. Anderson?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, they are. They came straight from industry. They don't have a lot of the educational issues, that they learned about. They're straight. What they're teaching is from experience.
And I get the feeling that they know exactly what it is to step into an environment like that and just have your hands on something. And
they know what not to do. And that's another valuable part of having experience in the education part. They'll tell you, I did this and this is what happened, so I'm telling you not to do it.
Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being on here today, and you're going to be with us for a couple of years, so I guess, maybe you can come back and give us an update on your progress.
I look forward to it.
I just want to make sure you promise me that you're going to finish everything before you go get a job.
Oh, I will.
Because
Absolutely.
people will try to get you halfway in between and show you the money, and you'll be a whole lot more valuable if you stick it out.
I know.
But thank you so much for joining me, and please plan on coming back.
I will. Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations, you're in college. It's a great feeling to be on your way to your new career.
But guess what? Getting into college is the easy part. You have to finish college to get the degree.
Did you know that fewer than 1 in 10 students will finish their associate's degree in 2 years? Some students take up to 8 years to finish a degree, and many don't finish at all.
When you go fast to the finish, you can complete your degree quickly, saving you time and money. Time is the enemy when you're in school.
The longer you stay in school, the more likely that life will get in the way.
And that could cause you to slow down or leave school early.
Getting your college degree is the goal. The faster you complete your courses, the faster you can get that degree and move on to your career.
Go fast to the finish and complete your degree on time.
Meet with your advisor to map out your plan to finish on time. Know which classes to take. Take a full course load if possible. And if you knock out your core classes early, your odds of graduating will go up big time.
Your college has many options to help you get there faster. Don't get left behind. Meet with your advisor. Learn your graduation requirements. Schedule your core classes first. Take a full course load and take advantage of all the course options.
By 2020, 66% of U.S. jobs will require a career certificate or college degree. Go fast to the finish and complete your degree on time.
This message is brought to you by the Technical College System of Georgia.
Nobody wants to be stopped by a law enforcement officer.
Everyone wants to feel safe.
So we've trained our officers to first listen and then explain.
We ask if you have contact with one of our officers, you listen, give him an opportunity to explain, comply with his requests, and if there's a problem, contact us so that we can investigate your complaint.
Listen, explain, comply, then complain.
Our safety and yours matters.
Welcome back to Tech Savvy. My name's Leigh Newman, and I am here with Franz Jean-Philippe.
Yes, ma'am.
How about that?
Yes.
He's a student at West Georgia Tech. Are you in the precision manufacturing or just the industrial systems program?
Well, I'm dual major right now. I'm in automotive.
Okay.
And industrial mechanic system.
So you're taking a lot of classes.
Yes, and soon I graduate from those two diplomas. I'll be going to get my precision manufacturing.
So you're
degree.
going to stick around for a little bit longer then.
Yes, I am.
But you're getting a lot of things that will transfer into that precision.
Yes, so if any students is coming out, it pays you to do more than one field at the school.
Everybody, the industries really get excited about multi-crafts, somebody that has the multi-crafts. And with you doing all of those, you're going to have access and training and skills in lots of different areas. So that makes you more valuable to your future employer.
Yes.
Okay, tell us about yourself. We don't have many Jean-Philippe's family around here. Apparently you're not from around these places.
No, I was born in the island of Haiti. Migrated here to South Florida, Miami, age of 12. And about 4 years ago, I came to LaGrange, Georgia to further my education, to get away from the hustle and bustle in the concrete city. Yes.
And so LaGrange got lucky enough to get you then.
Yes. A lot of people ask me out of all places why LaGrange, and I guess it was spot on the map. It was good in any other place, and I chose to come to LaGrange to better myself.
To come to West Georgia Tech.
Yes.
Well, we're honored to have you, and we're very fortunate that you chose us, and thank you. Tell me, just generally, you're in your second year, so you've been with us at least a year.
Yes.
What is your experience? What has been your experience with West Georgia Tech?
My experience with the school itself and the faculty and the staff has been phenomenal. Any problems, issues that you may have, they're on it, they're taking care of business, and they're trying to get you in the classrooms, learning what you need to learn to get out there in the work field. And that's one of the main keys that I enjoy about the school itself. You know.
So we've got a good support staff.
Yes.
So if you have issues, whether it be in your technical area or your core classes, we've got support to help you through it. We want you to succeed.
Yes.
And that's been a consistent message apparently throughout, from day one until this point.
Yes.
And now you're going to be with us a couple more years. So, all right. So I guess you're studying auto mechanics because one day you want to be in that area, or
well, automotive mechanic, it's actually a side passion of mine because I like fast cars and I like making things go fast, and I like to break things down, see how they work. Especially if you like doing things with your hands and experience at the same time while learning a tech school, it's number one, I would say.
Well, that's how we teach people to do what they need to do, is we let them practice what they're going to be doing the rest of their lives.
Yes.
And then you're in the industrial system, so you've had a touch of PLCs, motor controls, hydraulics, pneumatics.
Yes.
And how have you liked that?
I like it very much. So you get to see, basically, it's all energy. What's the different forms of energy and what you can use it for, and make it move and to operate something.
It's like magic, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I remember before I came to the school, looking at like maybe an outside panel for a home. I would never be able to do that. And that semester I was in industrial wiring, and now I could wire outside panels, inside panels, and it's like
it's not a foreign language to you anymore.
No,
you recognize everything.
Yes.
Well, do you know how valuable those skills are today in industry?
Now I know. I wish I would have started when I was a bit younger. Especially like I was saying, the Think Academy that's in the school there, I wish I would have had something in high school and when I was growing up for me to have, a head start on.
You can help me with the challenge that we are facing now is, while we have the Think Academy and we have all this industrial equipment to teach people, we want to get them when they're like in high school, to get them involved so that if they decide not to go off to post-secondary, they'll have a job right out of high school.
Yes.
How do we attract those students? How do we attract it?
Well, one of the main things I say, I want to say target the parents. At the end of the day, the parents are the one paying the bills in the home. And listen, you got to do something. And you already in school, why not pursue it? And it's a career that you could lifelong, great money in it, and great stability. And that's one of the main keys, I believe, contacting the parents and letting them know this is out there.
Well, and I agree. They're essential. First of all, because the Move On Ready program, they can get college credit at no cost.
Oh, man.
So they can be taking the same thing you're taking and not have to pay tuition, pay for books, for anything like that. Everything is pretty much free.
Wow.
So, and they're in high school. Now, once they get out of high school, they'll have to pay the portion like that Hope doesn't pay, or Pell, whatever the different grants they're eligible for. So that in itself is an opportunity that, you know, why not take advantage of it?
Yes.
But see, another thing that we're having to deal with, and I'm sure with your experience and where you've been, industry to a lot of people is nasty and dirty and greasy and, you know, the old mills or the old manufacturing. It's not that way anymore.
I know a lot of these new plants, you're not allowed to get dirty in a way per se, because they have everything about a book. Their cleanliness. These new plants are the technologies now they're using less oil, and the machines that they're using, like let's say a welder, robot welders. There's technology now where you walk up to the welder, and it slows down, it stops, you know, for safety reasons, and have you. And before then, you know,
it could be dangerous.
Very dangerous.
It could be very dangerous.
Very dangerous.
And like you say, the welding, while it's dangerous, if they have a robot programmed to do the welding,
yes,
then you're of course obviously safer, because you're not dealing with the actual. But of course, you need to learn to weld before you can program a robot to weld. So that's how important.
And also with that's where I'll come in. I'll come in and with a PLC, and I'll program the welder to do his job.
Those PLCs they're awesome, aren't they?
Yes.
Have you started learning to program them?
Yes, I was intro to PLCs. It's a bit challenging, but it's worth it.
It's a new language, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
It's ladder language and logic lab.
Yes.
And I mean, I've touched in it, and I just am fascinated with it. And of course, I'd have to start all over again in my career when I become a PLC troubleshooter. But that's the part that's so valuable, is troubleshooting.
Yes.
And I guess you've experienced this new equipment. They can set it up like it would be on the floor, and it would have faults in it just like the equipment. And so you would have to learn firsthand how to fix it.
Yes.
And so when you get on the floor and you're doing the troubleshooting, you've got the experience. You recognize the issues. That is amazing to be able to do that.
Thank you.
And I'm excited about you being able to. Have you had any access to industry while you've been in this program?
On this program, I worked for Walmart Distribution Center, and so I see their belt lines and what have you. Basically, the day-to-day duties that I would be doing if I was a maintenance tech at a plant. Make sure the belts is right, their PLC troubleshooting, basically the whole nine.
Well, that's if the PLC doesn't program properly and the machines are not working, it's very expensive to Walmart distribution or Kia or any, because if the belts aren't moving, the products aren't moving, and
money not moving.
And money's not moving. So that in itself adds value to those positions and those skills. Well, tell me something like, what do you want to do? What do you see yourself doing once you finish with the auto and the precision and the industrial? What would you like to do?
Eventually, my end goal.
When you grow up?
Yes, when I finally grow up. Everybody wants to be something when they grow up. It's to move back to Florida, be closer to my family, and I mean, I love the water. I mean, I love the beach life and everything. I would love to get off of work and be able to drive somewhere and just take it easy.
Get to the beach.
Yes.
Well, that's what you grew up with.
Yes.
And so, like, you might be interested in, you were talking about offshore rigging.
Yes, that's one thing I looked into, offshore rigging.
That's exciting too, isn't it? And
Yes.
I mean, Are there PLCs on offshore rigs?
I don't know, but I know they're gonna need some maintenance, you know, and on there, and that's another point is learning more than one craft.
Yes. Have you had any welding program?
Yes, I have.
How did you like that?
I loved it. You know, before I used to think welding was the hardest thing to do and the angles, but once you get in there with your hands and the teachers that they have, they really assure you and make you confident enough where you could do this, you know, and you get right down to it and you get it done. And I love it.
That's good, and we've got some new equipment over there in our welding, and of course Brandon is wonderful too. The instructor is wonderful. So, well, the fact that you've got the welding now, and you have all these other things. I mean, you could fill so many different positions, and you would be extremely valuable. So, but you want to go back to Florida?
Yes.
Unless we can come up with something really attractive for you to stick around this area, right?
Yeah.
Well, I think you've got the potential to be a very, very important person in a production and manufacturing area. And we're lucky to have you come to West Georgia Tech, and one day your future employer is going to be extremely lucky to have you.
And I thank the school for providing me the opportunity to better myself also.
Well, that's what we're here for. Yes. What about your co-students?
Oh, yeah, we have a great, I want to say, camaraderie in the classroom. We have a great partnership. If I don't know something, a student may know something, we teach each other. You know, if we don't know, the teacher's right there, forefront, letting us know what are they looking for in the industry, and this how we need to operate the machines. Actually, right now we're in motors, and there's a big, basically a big deal with driving the belts and the motors and the currents and the wattage.
It's pretty exciting, isn't it?
Yes.
Well, you've been wonderful. Thank you so much for being with me today. And as I do, I ask everybody to plan on coming back and give us a progress update on it.
I surely will.
On your schedule and on your progress. And then, of course, we'd like to keep you around here.
Okay.
But make sure you finish everything before you go off and make all this money, all right?
Of course.
But thank you so much for joining me, and good luck. And I hope to see you around campus. I'm sure I will. Thank you very much for joining us for this wonderful episode of Tech Savvy. It's an example of two examples of what we're producing at West Georgia Tech, and it's a good thing.
I graduated from Troop High School. I took 1 year off, and now I'm taking some core classes at West Georgia Technical College. I'm taking some traditional classes at the college, and I'm also taking some hybrid classes online. I go to the library after class and study, and I also study at home. I plan to finish my core classes at West Georgia Technical College and then transfer to a 4-year college. It's convenient taking online classes because if I have a question, I can email my teachers, and also I can take my quizzes while I'm on my break at work.